Here's my plan to build a witch's broom and fly my fat ass around the neighborhood and stuff. Use some McDonald's. Okay, look. Triangular anti-gravity craft. Use the asymmetrical capacitor effect to lift and float. Okay? You can also use it for thrust. So, triangular anti-gravity craft, that's going to be the bristles of the broom. Then the shaft that we sit on that houses a bike seat or something is also going to have the thrust capacitor from forward lateral motion. Then we have a gyroscopic stabilization unit inside the center of the bristles triangular unit to turn it into an unstable pendulum so that I don't fall when I sit on it. Bada bing, bada boom, you got a flying broom. So I was thinking about the witch's broom idea I had in my last TikTok like 5 seconds ago. And, well, I'm the kind of person who builds a house in The Sims. My dream house. Gets it perfect. Moves in. Realizes I forgot to install toilets. What the heck's gonna power this thing? Right? Because, I mean, the broom handle's gonna be like the size of like a portable drone. It's gonna work on tricopter balancing math. Algorithms. So you're gonna have to put a lot of juice into it since it's just such a small little thing. Where's that juice gonna come from? How are you gonna conceal it inside of the shape of a broom? I was thinking, well, conspiracy theory wise, I'm humoring the idea of the asymmetric capacitor high K factor or high K value powered thrusters. Right? But I don't humor the idea of 0-point energy devices. Because I did one long time ago and played around. Didn't work. Realized they're fake. But here's the thing. I know something else conspiracy theory bullshit wise that there is some evidence for. Not proven, but some evidence for it. Controlled remote viewing. And there's some evidence machines can do it too. Because we've all seen like content aware fill, right? Well, what about that paper that I believe Google DeepMind did, where they tried to repair images with not just like contextually plausible content-aware fill, but with like hyper statistically tickled, for lack of a better word, AI that did a pretty damn good job of a literal like repair of the missing data. So like you crop off someone's head and then you have it fill in the head. Normally you'd get like a random face, but like the idea behind this, I don't know if it's good enough to do faces, but the idea behind this is it would have enough information in the photo to somehow get the same face when it regenerated the cropped head. Sounds to me kind of like machines might be able to do controlled remote viewing. You tweak them enough and you push them hard enough, you know? And here's why that's interesting. The sunlight, which is that's natural sunlight right now. It comes from the sun. We all know where the sun is, and general sun, ness, essence. A lot of energy in the sun. Nobody would notice if you took some. How are you going to do that, though? Well, according to quantum mechanics, there is no measurement without a little tug-of-war. So, and even according to Avi Loeb and stuff, well, no, not Avi Loeb, he's the freaking meteorite guy. Who am I thinking of? It's gonna bother me. It's on the tip of my tongue. It is not Avi Loeb, though. Sorry for dragging his name through the CRV mud. He has such a cool name, too. Yeah, I'm not gonna remember it. But anyways, the point is, those guys, the conspiracy theory CIA hired us to stare at goats, guys. Apparently, your controlled remote viewing powers, it's taboo. It's the dark side. But apparently they do let you manipulate people. I don't see why you'd have to stop at people. And I don't see why you'd even have to bother with people. Manipulate the sun. Like, don't cause, like, a solar storm. Just go in there and take a little sunlight. And you don't even have to do it, because that sounds kind of dangerous. The sun's pretty radioactive. Get a machine to do it. A computer-powered generator. A psychic computer generator. Well, no, that sounds like a machine that generates computers. A psychic siphon powered by remote viewing algorithms. There we go. A psychic energy siphon powered by remote viewing algorithms. And it siphons from something like the sun or the core of the earth or whatever. Get you that thermionic or radiative emissions. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. So yeah, I'd use that to power my broom. So now, a little bit of extra work, but train an algorithm to do controlled remote viewing. Use transfer learning on that algorithm, and begin training a daughter algorithm on controlled remote manipulation. And then fine-tune the controlled remote manipulation to harness energy. And then after that, stick it in my fake broom that actually flies, and go to McDonald's. Most elaborate plan to go to McDonald's ever. Yeah. And then we could carve some Tokipona glyphs into it. And they could be electrofluorescent compounds or something. And we could have like a tiny little, like, short near-field radio emitter acting kind of like a flashlight, and a radio image decoder, and we could teach it to recognize people's what are they called? Biological identifiers, specifically your finger bones. So when I and nobody else kind of just like touches a part of the broom and holds it there for 5 seconds, the glyphs will power on, and then it'll start to self-stabilize. And then when I sit on it and it detects a little bit of a weight, and it like perceives that I'm using it, then it counterbalances. And then with one of my other hands, I can like signal for it to change altitude with a little slider sensor. And then we're off to the races, because now I can go up, go down, and use my body weight to steer like a jet ski. Yeah.